How the Dodgers could trade for the best reliever in baseball. That's coming up next on Dodgers Dugout.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Strike three. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Mookie Betts cranks one left field.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades.
I don't care how many times this team rips my heart out, I'll never stop loving the Los Angeles Dodgers. Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Now, if you haven't yet, if you want to be eligible for all of our giveaways, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, you want to see us post even more Dodgers content and have more giveaways, smash that like button. We're going to announce our next giveaway very soon. I'm thinking Yoshinobu Yamamoto jersey to celebrate all the new signings. That is what I'm feeling right now, but let me know. Should we make it a Yoshinobu Yamamoto jersey? Let me know down below in the comment section. Remember, to be eligible for our giveaways, all you got to do, be subscribed and comment done down below. But I also want all your takes, all of your takes about all things Dodger baseball down below in the comment section. And today's Dodgers Nation question of the day, should the Dodgers trade for Devin Williams? Would you like to see Devin Williams in Dodger blue? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. It's beginning to feel a lot like baseball season, Dodgers fans. Your boys in blue are down in Arizona at Camelback Ranch getting ready for the season. Early this week, pitchers and catchers reported. That was followed by the rest of the group. And one of my biggest takeaways is seeing Yoshinobu Yamamoto in Dodger blue for the first time. He's doing bullpen sessions, throwing off the mound, and it was really cool what the Dodgers did. They covered his first trip to Camelback Ranch, and he said he loved In-N-Out Burger. Fire take. He also said that he likes watching Netflix. He likes going shopping. He also said that his favorite movie was the Titanic. And I've always been fascinated by the Titanic. And one of the reasons why so many people perished in that tragic accident was because they did not have enough lifeboats. You only had 20 lifeboats on the Titanic, and that was able to hold 1,178 people, a little more than half. The only problem is there was 2,209 people on board. And when I look at a baseball roster and how it's constructed, you have the position players, you have the starting rotation, you also have the bullpen. And when you look at the bullpen, they're guys that you need in case of an emergency. Guys that you need if you're in a jam, high-leverage situations. They can be the difference in a tight ball game, especially in the postseason, especially in October when lights are brightest and you need them to come through. And you look at this Dodgers bullpen, they have a lot of talent. They're going to be one of the best bullpens in all of Major League Baseball. You have Evan Phillips, Brusdar Graterol. You got Joe Kelly back, who's throwing harder and striking out more guys and getting more whiffs than he's ever had in his career. He just has to stay healthy. You have Blake Trinan coming back potentially. It feels like his teammates and him are very confident he's going to be able to contribute in some capacity this season. Daniel Hudson, who's dealt with knee injuries the last couple of seasons, he could be back. And when he was last on the mound for the Dodgers, he was outstanding. A sub-2 ERA. Was on his way to having a career year before he tore his ACL in Atlanta in 2021. And then, of course, you brought back Ryan Brazier. And Ryan Brazier is someone who changed the entire complexion of this bullpen. He was the single biggest reason why this bullpen went from one of the worst in baseball last season to one of the best in baseball down the stretch. He had a .70 ERA. He was just untouchable. And one of the big differences, we've talked about it pretty extensively on this show, is that he found that cutter. And what that cutter did was it allowed him to be effective against lefties. Throughout his career, he really had been a lot better against righties than lefties, but the cutter versus the lefties, he was outstanding. So I've seen people out there, D-Mac, we need a lefty reliever. Yes, it'd be great to get Tanner Scott. Yes, it would be. Of course it would be. But you just want quality. Give me quality. You want to force yourself to get a lefty, and the reality is that Caleb Ferguson versus Ryan Brazier. Ryan Brazier is better than Caleb Ferguson against lefties right now, right? So if you look at how they fared against lefties as a whole last season and where they're at right now, they're still in a better position with that addition and that subtraction. So the big question now is, do you continue to try to bolster this bullpen? Because look at the starting rotation. Kirsch is hoping to come back. July-ish or August-ish. That's what he said. You signed James Paxton, who, when he's healthy, he's a really, really talented pitcher that can be very effective. You traded for Glass now. You got Yamamoto. You have Bobby Miller. You have Walker Buehler coming back. You have all the young pitchers, the Sheehan's, the Knacks, the Groves, the Stones, River Ryan. You got all these guys that can get the opportunities this year at some point. But the one area that you could still improve is the bullpen. And there's been some talk recently about Kenley Jansen and the Dodgers showing interest in Kenley, as are the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres. And Kenley Jansen can still be a really effective reliever. He still gets the job done for the most part. He was 29 for 33 in save opportunities last season. The velocity was up on the cutter. He's throwing the cutter more than he had for the last couple seasons. So he's looking more like the Kenley that we saw in his prime when he established himself as one of the best relievers in all of Major League Baseball. But in my opinion, I think if you're going to make a trade, do I really want to go with the guy that, even at his very best, at his peak with the Dodgers, still shrunk in big situations? 2017 World Series, Marwin Gonzalez. 2018 World Series, gave the home run to Jackie Bradley in that 7-hour and 20-minute Game 3, and then in Game 4, the home run to Pierce. I think that even at his prime, it was okay. He can look so good for so many consecutive innings, and then that one inning where he doesn't have the feel for that cutter and he misplaces it, it can leave the yard. So for me, like I always say, you don't want to reheat the McDonald's French fries. They're not going to taste the same as they do when you get them right through the drive-thru and you're eating them on your way home. Try to avoid doing that. Try that. The avoid eating McDonald's French fries challenge, you're going to lose. So for me personally, I think unless the Red Sox are willing to pay down a good chunk of that money, right? He's still owed $16 million in the final year of his contract. If they are willing to pay off a good chunk, $5-6 million, and the Dodgers don't have to give up any top prospects or anyone that they even really want, right? Then maybe I think I would consider it. But I would definitely not be doing cartwheels down 1,000 Vin Scully Avenue if they made that trade. But I think if you are going to make a trade and you really want to go big game hunting, Devin Williams of the Milwaukee Brewers is certainly that guy. And Devin Williams, the big question is, after the trade of Corbin Burnes to the Orioles, is he going to become available? Are they going to have a little mini fire sale in Milwaukee? I mean, this is the same organization that traded away Josh Hader with a couple years left under team control, a year and a half, even though they were in first place, right? So this is an organization that you can't put it past them. Now, the first big question is he going to be available? Well, this is from Mark Feinsand of MLB.com. The Brewers are still the team to watch on the trade front, especially after they traded Corbin Burnes. Devin Williams and Willy Adames are the two notable players in Milwaukee who could still be dealt. With Adames, who is slated to become a free agent at the end of the season, the more likely of the two. He would go on to say, Williams, who won the 2023 Trevor Hoffman Award as the NL's top reliever, is under club control through the end of 2025, but with young fireballer Abner Uribe waiting in the wings to take over the closer's job, the Brewers could trade Williams to address other areas of need on the roster. So that sounds to me like Williams could be available at the right price. Now, it would take top prospects. You would have to give up some of your better prospects because he's under team control for a couple more seasons. But if he's truly available, you are getting the best reliever in the sport. And, I bring my facts to the fight. And since the 2020 season, if you look at Devin Williams' numbers, he has a 1.75 ERA. That's first in all of Major League Baseball. A 2.26 FIP, that's second. A 2.47 expected FIP, that's third. A 40.5 strikeout rate, that's second. A 1.45 opponent's batting average, that's first. And a 6.8 F4. Even if you look at the last two seasons, it's had 51 saves, a 1.73 ERA, a 2.33 FIP, and a 2.41 ERA plus. Pretty much every single metric you look at, he's elite, he's among the best, and he has the best pitch in baseball when it comes to whiff rate. Williams' 61.1% whiff rate on his changeup is tops in all of Major League Baseball. Second is Tyler Glasnow's curveball, but still, That changeup is lethal. It's nicknamed the Airbender for the way it defies gravity in physics, and it's just such a money-lethal, effective pitch. And I see out there, D-Mac, we need to add another lefty to this bullpen. Devin Williams is a righty. That's not how the Dodgers construct bullpens. It's not about the arms. It's about how effective they are. It's about the different look that they provide. That's how they try to build a bullpen in LA. They don't try to get all high-velocity guys, all guys that throw the same pitch. They like to get guys in there that can give different looks to hitters to keep them off balance. And you have a lot of different looks already you got a fireballer in Joe Kelly, a guy that can strike guys out. You got guys that can induce soft contact and also throw high velocity, like Brusdar Graterol. When Blake Trinan returns, hopefully he can provide a boost as somebody can also induce soft contact. Evan Phillips, a guy, throws the cutter, can break bats, can also get strikeouts. Ryan Brazier, same thing, cutter, slider, fastball, soft contact for days, missing barrels. So really don't think of it as, okay, we need a left-handed pitcher, right? Because that limits you. It's about getting quality and getting guys that have stuff that play up in the postseason. That's how they construct this bullpen. One, can they get it done in the postseason? Do they have high upside? And two, do they have balanced splits? Do they have the ability to get out lefties and righties? And Devin Williams is certainly a guy that can do just that. So we know that's how they build their bullpens in LA. We know they've done that for quite some time, and I wouldn't expect anything different. So that's why I like the idea of Devin Williams a lot more than I like the idea of Kenley Jansen. With Kenley Jansen, you're going to get a guy that throws that cutter. And yes, it's very effective, and it's one of the best pitches the last 10 years from a reliever when he has it, but when he doesn't, it can cause problems. It can lead to losses. It can be the reason why a series swings. So for me, the prospect cost is a lot more, but look, you get what you pay for. And the way I look at it is this. I think Devin Williams, if he becomes available during the season, that will give the Dodgers enough time to be able to evaluate and assess Gavin Lux to see how they feel about him as the long-term solution at shortstop. Even if they want to have him as a long-term shortstop next season, Willy Adames is someone who has under one more year of team control, right? One more year left on his deal, and you could bring him in, audition him. You could use him for a year, provides power, elite defense, or you can look to extend him because Gavin Lux is someone that I have all the faith in the world can be that guy, but we still have to see it. We still have to see it. It's still potential right now. It's still potential as a starting shortstop. I believe in the guy. I'm the conductor of the Gavin Lux hype train. Trust me, but you guys know my job here is just to keep it a buck with you and just kind of tell you how it is. And the other factor as well is the Brewers, they got Joey Ortiz in the deal for Burns. You got Bryce Turang. You don't really have a desperate need for a shortstop, right? You could get a third team involved possibly. You could look to deal someone else. I'm not saying that you would have to do that, but if you want to go with a big blockbuster trade, Devin Williams and Gavin Lux would be a big blockbuster trade, or you could try to get Devin Williams just by giving up some of your top prospects. Who would they want? Would they want a Cartaya? Would they want one of these top pitching prospects? Would they want Josue DePaula? I mean, I would really be reluctant to give up DePaula in that deal. Dalton Rushing, right? There's a lot of top prospects that they might want that deal, but he is someone that, from a reliever standpoint, most of the time, relievers like, he's a closer, one inning. But the Devin Williams is someone who can pitch multiple innings, right? He's absolutely elite. And then just look at this Dodgers roster. It might be the perfect roster from top to bottom. I always say, hey, you can replace the Mona Lisa with the Dodgers roster for what Andrew Friedman has done this offseason, but you could absolutely, truly do that in this situation. Like I've been saying, the Dodgers are that billionaire that has the mansion in Bel Air, that has the big yacht, the private jet, the island in the Maldives. Now he's going to have the space tickets, right? He's going to have the tickets to travel to space, right? So look, I mean, the Dodgers are going all in, and you do want to ship off some of these prospects while their value is high, and you can't keep all these prospects. So it's just something to consider if they really want to put this over the top. And like I've been saying for weeks and really months at this point, don't get too caught up in the handedness of the bullpen pieces. Look at their splits. You have guys that can get out both left and right-handed hitters, and with that cutter, you really unlock something with Brazier versus lefties. Trinan has been excellent against lefties. in his time with the Dodgers. So if he's able to have a resurgence and make his way back, that would be a big boost as well. You still have JP Fireeisen. Ryan Yarbrough is someone who is a dynamic, versatile bullpen piece out of the pen. You can see some spot starts to some piggyback situations with him as well. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Tanner Scott would be great, but I think you would want to check in on Devin Williams to see about the availability. And clearly, he would be available at the right price. It's what the Brewers do. They're a team that's constantly looking to cash in on their top players before they have to pay them. And even if you look at his contract, too, I mean, what they would have to pay him, he's set to make $7 million for the upcoming season and then a $10.5 million club option for 2025. So Devin Williams for $10.5 million per season. Just look at what Josh Hader just got, right? I mean, that would be an absolute valuable contract for this Dodgers team. So it's almost incredible thing. So yeah, it's just something to consider. I think right now, this bullpen has most of what it needs, but clearly the fact that they're still involved in Kenley Jansen trade rumors and Devin Williams is still available, clearly this team is always going to look at ways that they can improve their roster, and I wouldn't expect anything less. But let me know down below in the comment section, would you want to see Devin Williams in Dodger Blue? Would you be willing to trade top prospects for him? If you want to throw out some trade packages, do that down below in the comment section. My name is Doug McCain. Friends call me DMAC. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Also going to drop those Super Bowl predictions too. I would like to see those. But that is going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. All thanks to you guys, and we're going to thank you guys all season with giveaways. I'm feeling the Yoshinobu Yamamoto jersey giveaway, but I want to know from you guys. Do you want to see Yamamoto jersey giveaway as our next giveaway? If you want to be eligible, be sure to comment done down below in the comment section. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.